We want to give you a glimpse into St. George, Utah and the southern Utah region by introducing you places to eat.
Where is the great local food at?
And where do we stay?
Something historical, maybe cozy?
And what do we do?
I'm always looking for my next big adventure.
Welcome to the Desert Pulses edition of Eat, Stay, Play, St. George, Utah. Hi, welcome to Eat, Stay, Do, St. George, the Desert Pulse edition. Today we are at Kalamity Dance in the Vault.
Prepárate! Let me see you jump! Prepárate! Get ready! Get! Venga! Ahí vaya! Todo el mundo! Let me see you jump! Venga! Ahí vaya!
Everyone get up for Corey and Melinda. Ready? Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay,
Here we
this
go.
is easy. This is so easy. All you have to do, you two, everybody, okay, everybody in the crowd, you're gonna walk with me now. Walk with me. I'm gonna hold your hand. We walk 1, 2, and you're walking towards each other, okay?
Diva.
So diva, sassy, gangsta, swaggy, whatever, okay? Okay, whatever. Okay, okay, so we go 5, 6, 7, 8. You're gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you're gonna pose. You're gonna pose with each other. 1, 2. You can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And then you're gonna keep walking this way, and you're gonna walk back. Get loose for a little bit to the song. Can we do that?
All you want, all you need, I could be yours. Tell me, girl, what you need.
Oh,
Sorry, y'all.
I'll do
Look
better
at
next
that. It
time.
was bad. The Q-tip.
But I think that considering this is probably one of the slower classes you've had, right?
Yeah.
You dumped it down a little bit
Yeah.
anyway.
No.
Now I feel better.
He was like, that was
Under the
bad.
bus.
She was like, dumped it down. Well, it was just a fun, it's just a different feel.
And I don't think, I was a little intimidated because I really don't dance a lot
Yeah.
either. And I knew one person in the class was Chelsea, that's it. And so I was a little worried that I would feel out of place. I have no rhythm
Yeah.
either. But I really didn't. I felt very comfortable. I thought I was out there actually saying we should bring
Busy
our
laughing at
girls.
me.
Yes.
We should bring our
Yeah.
girls and do that. I could lose weight.
It's
Seriously,
just,
it's
yeah.
sweating like crazy in
I
here.
know. It's good. Yeah, and it's fun too. You don't even realize like you're exercising, and then after you're just drenched in sweat. And
Yeah.
it's a good time. Yeah, and that's our main thing here at the Vault. We live in St. George, Utah. We want to have a good time.
So give us a little bit of an idea of how it started, where you come from, why Kalamity, that sort of thing, just for everybody out there.
Oh man. Okay. Go ahead. Go and take a nap, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
They were the story a lot. No, so yeah, when I moved back in 2007, and I was single at the time. I was 21 years old, and I had just came back from like a professional career in dancing, and I actually at the time was like had all these major things going on in the industry, and all these big plans that were going to happen, and things that I wanted my whole life. Ever since I was 10 years old, I wanted to dance professionally. And so when I came back here for a little bit, I was supposed to just come back here for a little bit and pack up my stuff pretty much and leave. And while I was here, I decided that I was gonna stay here. I made the decision that I wanted to have a family, I wanted to get married in the temple, and I wanted to have a family. That's it. And I wanted to do whatever my Heavenly Father had in store for me.
Right.
So I basically, a couple months later, after I made that decision, I turned my contract down, told my family I wasn't going. Everyone thought I was crazy. And then a couple months later, I came back from teaching like a college pro camp in LA, in Anaheim, and I'd met a bunch of the college girls, the Dixie State College girls. So when I came back, they were stoked because I was from here, and it's small town. It was just weird that I was on staff there. So when I came back and I tried to go take class, like I said, and there was nowhere. I was dancing with like little kids, and I'm like, hey, I just want to like have like adults around and get the feel that I was used to in California. And so when I came back, I decided I called up one of the girls that I had the number to, and I said, hey, I'm gonna just teach a class at this studio. It was some premier dance studio at the time. And I said, I'm gonna rent space for an hour. If you guys wanna come take class, you know, I'm gonna teach class. I don't know what I was doing. So I taught my first hip hop class and my adult hip hop class, and then it was like a steady flow of the same girls all the time. So then I wanted to like perform. We started working on the same routine, and we decided to name it Kalamity because I had just come from like crews and things in California, and I wanted to bring hip hop to St. George because hip hop at the time, and still kind of has the like, it's not very good, it has a bad gangster,
Right.
you know, all those just like, it has that background that people aren't fond of. So at the time I kind of wanted to give it a little change. So we performed our first performance like down at downtown St. George on a Friday night, and we had shirts made. Actually, these shirts right here, Kalamity, our first shirts, 2007, and I went with it. I didn't know why I was naming it Kalamity, had no idea. And then a year later, we were working on our very first concert. So finally, we had started to compile these numbers, you know. And so a year later, we were working on our first concert, and it wasn't a benefit concert at the time, but one of our dancers was diagnosed with cancer for the second time in her life. And so it was perfect time, like not perfect timing, but it was like timing at the time that we were doing this concert. And so we decided as a group, hey, let's make it a benefit concert and donate whoever comes to this to her.
Right.
So at the time, it was literally like it was our very first show, and we raised $1,000 at our first show. And we were like, yeah. And it was like, it's hard. And it was like our family, you know, in the front row, and that's it. So, which was fine. So our first show, and then after that, it just kind of clicked that that's what Kalamity stood for, was that we were meant to dance for people going through real life calamities. And then after that, every year after that, we looked for families. So after that, we found the Slack family, who their son and their daughter both had AT disease. And their boy was 5 years old, Dylan, who passed away of AT disease. It has no cure for the disease, and you get to a certain age and your body just basically falls apart. So little Riley, we did our second concert for her. We went on from Riley to Jeanette Bracken, who needed a kidney transplant, and we made her our cause the following year. After Jeanette Bracken, we started getting phone calls like crazy. Like that next year, our third or fourth year, we did like 8 concerts in that year. We had a dad pass away suddenly that we jumped in and did a concert within like 3 days.
Right.
We had a daughter that passed away. We had another dad that passed away. It was crazy how there were so many calamities happening, and Kalamity was just, we were performing all the time. Now, after that, like 5 years later, we were renting from like different studios. We were studio bouncing. We were dancing in my garage for a while. We were dancing on the streets sometimes in my little cul-de-sac, like under the street lights, because we didn't have a studio at the time. And so after our 4th year, we were just growing and we were performing so much, and I felt like my dancers needed a home. I grew up in a dance home, and those were like my best memories is in the studio, like growing up in a dance studio. So I felt like we needed a home, so I went out looking for a place to host my dancers, my Kalamity family here.
Right.
So as in 2011, we opened up the vault and we started Chaos that same year, our sister team, which is so cool because I feel like Kalamity is like, it's 18 and up, and I feel like I wish I would have learned service and charity and compassion at such a younger age. You know, I feel like I just feel like most of my life lived was very selfish and very for me. You know, I wanted this, I wanted that, I wanted this, and having Kalamity in my life, even as a mom and a part of my family, has made us more we're still working on being more selfless and trying to serve more, but it definitely has an impact in my life and thinking more about, when I get down on my life or, man, life is so hard and oh my gosh, I have this and this. It's like a slap in my face to know that our cause right now, Callum, is 5 years old and he's fighting for his life.
Right.
And
Puts things in perspective.
it definitely puts things into perspective for me on a daily. And just to think that if I can wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and come to practice for an hour and a half, before my kids get up, and if he can sit in the hospital and fight for his life and not give up, and
Right.
And his family can sit there and persevere for him and work for him and really pray for him. And it's so cool to see how much the community is like come together
Right.
through every single family that we've helped. And since then, it's been over 30 families now.
Wow.
We've danced for and helped out, and not even that, but we put on like car washes, we do babysitting nights, we do date nights. We put on like all kinds, not just dance concerts, but we put on just monthly fundraisers to bring in income for that family.
Right.
So we do have our set concerts, 2 concerts a year for that family, but we also try to support the family whatever we can do financially. We know it's not, it's nothing compared to what they actually, need, but it's a little dent. It's a little dent, and it's the love and support that comes from this group that starts here and it extends throughout the community
Right.
into their family. Yeah,
That is
and-
so cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, we went from raising $1,000 in one show, now we've been up to like 17,000, 15,000
In one show. That is so cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So now, yeah, and it's cool because we're up to like 300,000 now for families, and it's crazy what you would think like just if everyone does a little bit, like it just creates a huge, beautiful picture. So
It does. Thank you for being here.
no, it's our pleasure. We love. You guys like it?
Yeah.
I don't know. My voice is like forcing you to shut up. Good morning. Shut up, Cora.